It's the princess.
Princess, whatever is the matter?
I don't know. I just started crying for no reason.
What should we do? Hey, is that an onion? Princess, were you eating this before you started crying?
Yes.
No wonder you're crying. Onions can make people cry.
Well, I didn't know. I never taken a bite out of one before. I was so hungry, you see. So I went to the kitchen, but Cook was gone, and all I could find was this onion. And I thought, if I used my imagination and pretended really, really hard that it was an apple, it would taste like an apple. But I took a bite out of it, and I just started crying. I didn't know why I was crying. I thought maybe I was sad or something because people cry when they're sad. But I didn't know what I was sad about, and then I just cried even harder, and then who are you?
I'm Alberta.
I'm Princess Gwendolyn.
Princess, do you remember what I told you about pretending?
Yes, pretending is fine, but don't take it too far. Take care, you'll end up with a scar.
Her imagination's a little bizarre.
If you haven't noticed, she has quite the imagination.
What things do you like to pretend, Alberta?
Well, I've always imagined what it would be like to be a knight of the square table. That's why I came here. I just arrived today, and Sir Laughsalot and Eleanor are teaching me.
I guess you can check Save a Damsel in Distress off your list, huh, Alberta?
I like to imagine I'm a knight, and sometimes I pretend I'm charging into battle or fighting a fearsome dragon. And then I usually end up breaking something. Like that one time I was running through the Great Hall and I knocked over the vase and broke it.
Sir Laughsalot is teaching me to sword fight. He taught me some of the basics today.
I wish I could learn how to sword fight.
I sure don't. But speaking of that, we should get back to our training, Alberta.
I should introduce her to my father first. It wouldn't take long.
I'm not sure, Your Highness. The king is a very busy man.
The king?
He'll want to meet her, especially since she helped. I'll go get him.
Are you okay, Alberta? You're as white as a sheep.
I think you mean white as a sheet.
Hello? Anybody home?
I can't believe it. It's really happening. I'm going to meet the king.
Okay, now listen. Don't forget to bow and call him your majesty. You've got to make a good impression.
Don't make her any more nervous than she already is. Just be yourself, Alberta, and meet us outside afterwards.
I will.
This is the young lady I wanted you to meet. Alberta. Oh, no. Alberta, wake up.
Your Majesty.
It's a pleasure to meet you, young lady. You may rise.
I was crying when Sir Laughsalot, Eleanor, and Alberta found me. She figured out right away it was because of the onion and helped me stop crying.
What am I going to do with you, Gwendolyn? Thank you for helping my very imaginative daughter, Alberta.
Alberta's training to be a knight of your square table. She just arrived today.
Well, you're most welcome here. Knighthood is a high calling. I rely upon my knights to defend the kingdom and stand for truth. May you train well and prove yourself worthy.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Will Eleanor and Sir Laughsalot be training you then?
Yes, they gave me my first lessons today.
You couldn't be trained by anyone better. I look forward to seeing what God does in your life. Now I must return to my duties. In 2 days' time, we ride to a nearby village to settle a dispute between noblemen. Off with you now, and no more snacking on raw onions.
Yes, Father. I'll never do that again. Alberta, he's gone. I'm kind of still hungry. I think I'm gonna see if Cook is back with any real apples. Can you find your way back outside? All right.
I think so.
All right. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Hello there.
Hello, Your Grace.
The princess is delightful, isn't she? So charming and creative.
You could say that.
So I was passing by and I saw you with the king.
Yes, Princess Gwendolyn wanted to introduce me, and I got to meet him on my very first day.
How exciting and how thoughtful of him to take time out of his busy schedule to meet you.
Yes, he is very busy, though. It sounds like he has a journey coming up soon.
Oh yeah? Did he say where he was going or when?
I think he said he's going to a nearby village to settle a disagreement of some sort in a couple of days.
I wonder what village. Could you find out for me, Alberta?
I don't know.
It's okay. I'm just wondering because
That makes sense. I can ask the princess and let you know.
Thank you so much. If you'll help me with this, I will not forget.
Thank you, Your Grace. Eleanor, Sir Laughs a Lot, I'm back. It's just me, George. How are you, boy?
Alberta, how did it go with the king? Were you nervous? That reminds me of a joke. Which of the knights never doubted himself?
I don't know.
Certain. You know, like certain. Certain.
I think Alberta and George have had enough of your jokes for one day.
You're probably right. I guess I need some new material. Maybe Sir Percival can help. I'll go find it.
Alberta, I have something for you. You've dreamed your whole life of becoming a knight. But more important than becoming a knight is becoming a child of God. Now, a knight needs armor. Well, there's another kind of armor that God gives his children to wear. It's invisible, but just as real. The first piece of that spiritual armor is the belt of truth. When you wear this, let it be a physical reminder of the spiritual armor that God gives his children to wear. The belt of truth helps us to be a people who tell the truth, just as God does. Stand therefore, having your loins girt with truth.
Thank you, Eleanor. I will treasure it always. But, Eleanor, how do I become God's child?
Let's sit down. There are two kingdoms, good and bad. The good kingdom is God's, and the bad is Satan's. When we're born into the bad kingdom. From our childhood, we disobey God's commands. That's called sin. Sin is what separates us from God in his good kingdom. But God sent his son Jesus as a perfect substitute for our sins. Jesus lived a perfect life, died in our place, and rose again so we can be forgiven and be a part of God's good kingdom. All we have to do is admit that we're sinners and know that we need Jesus to receive God's forgiveness. If you do this, God will make you his child and a part of his good kingdom, and he'll give you his spiritual armor to wear so you can have unshakable faith and stand strong against evil.
I have a lot to think about after today.
You do. And as you think about these things, you should study the book of truth.
That's right, the special copy you gave me. Did you see it, Eleanor? I left it here earlier.
I haven't seen it since I gave it to you, Alberta.
Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Alberta. Oh, hi, George. Don't worry. Here's your treat.
I can't find it anywhere.
What's wrong, Alberta?
The book of truth that Eleanor gave me. I left it here earlier, but now it's gone. I've got to find it.
Don't worry. I can help.
Alberta, wait! Let's retrace your steps!